Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 21st of December 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Celtic Fairies for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about the day and what energy you'll be working with. So I just want to look at these. Interesting. Oh, okay. That's the Chariot. The Chariot is a card that's about triumph and glory and overcoming obstacles. This just seems a bit dark, considering. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say about this day and what is coming up. So we've got the Page of Stones, which I would imagine to be the Page of Pentacles. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Also very unusual because the Wheel of Fortune is a very abstract card that, okay, the name says it, usually has a wheel in it, and it's very much about karma and life choices. And here we've got a guy just standing there, and this card is obviously very odd. Okay. All right, unusual. I like it. It certainly is giving us a different take on these things. And then the Queen of Spears, the Queen of Wands. Also, usually associated with someone who's creative and who is able to create a wonderful, harmonious and joyful environment. Here it focuses on the other side of the element of fire, spears / wands, and that's anger and conflict. So what I would, first of all, just by using this deck for whatever reason, and the fact that the cards are also contrary to regular tarot conventions, if that's how I should say it, is that things may not be what they appear on this day. And I think if something seems odd or distasteful, it's important not to just wipe it away and to dismiss it. I think it's important to look at the meaning behind or the value beyond what you see at first sight. So I would suggest that the first thing is to be patient and to be willing to learn and to not jump to conclusions or to have these knee-jerk reactions based on what something seems to be after 3 seconds. Then also I would look to people for inspiration and for opportunity. And if you want to make changes in your life, with this card being the way it is, it's very likely that that chance comes along via a friend or a colleague or something you overhear in passing. And then with the Queen of Wands, it's important to look at any conflict that's going on and not to escalate the situation, but instead to soothe things, to take the high road and to say, really, is this necessary or can we kind of find some sort of common ground? So that's interesting. It means that you're the voice of reason in many ways, that when you act like the voice of reason, when you behave in a reasonable way, other people will be grateful for that input and you'll get something out of it that actually serves you in a much more long-term way. And also, if you approach people with an open heart and you're not judgmental or you're not immediately pointing fingers or jumping to conclusions or cutting them off or whatever it may be, then people again will appreciate that value or will experience as it's something that I like that or that was considerate, and therefore I will give something good back. So the rule that the way you treat other people is the way you're going to be treated, that applies massively on this day. What you put into relationships, you get out. So the Page of Stones is the Page of Pentacles, a court card that's very much about a lack of expertise and skill, but a willingness to learn and great energy and drive and an integrity, honesty, a desire to do well, to be good, to make a positive contribution. So the court cards, Page, Knight, King and Queen, they always talk about levels of experience first and foremost. So the page doesn't know what he's doing and he's willing to learn. That's the good and the bad. The knight has some idea of the element, so he can affect change, but often he doesn't know when to apply himself. And the king and queen are able to master the elements and can create and adapt and really make the most of things. So with the page here, there may be certain things in your working life or in a practical sense which may feel like they're a bit much, and it's too much responsibility, or it's stressful, or it's why am I having to do all of this? But the good news is that you're willing to do your best and you're willing to learn, and that on this day is really most of the battle won already. It's just a willingness to apply yourself that's going to educate you. And I think the Page of Stones is something that really lives within you, and it's something that you can nurture, and you can make a lot of progress and learn new skills. If you come across someone on this day who seems to be kind of staggering along, muddling through, they don't know what they're doing, it's better to support them and to say, hey, do you need a hand? Or can I help you with something? Instead of saying, do you know what you're doing? And this is unacceptable. And because, you know, I mean, if you've been in that situation yourself, you'll know if you're doing your best, like let's say it's your first day on a new job and you're just learning the ropes. It's far more helpful to get someone to help you out or to support you or to be a little bit patient, to have a bit of patience, instead of someone who immediately challenges you on the amount of knowledge that you've acquired in the last 3 hours and whether that is good and right and stuff. It's the same with yourself. If you criticize yourself half to death, you're never going to progress. You'll just stagnate. And if you're actually kind to yourself and if you say, well, that wasn't perfect, but next time we'll do it in a way that's better, then you're supporting yourself. And that's what you're able to do for yourself and for other people. And that's what I really think is the gift of this day. What I mentioned with each card before is that what the grace you extend to other people will be extended back to you. So please do be gracious if you possibly can. So with this card, the other good news is that you're unlikely to be overwhelmed because you have a lot of energy and you're able to deal with whatever comes your way. Now, the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune is very interesting to me. This isn't a design I would have ever considered for the Wheel of Fortune. I'm just going to try and make sense of it. So the Wheel of Fortune in itself is kind of like getting to a point in your life where you've got a decision to make about your life, whether you're going to continue the way you are and to be empowered or disempowered, or to change course completely, to recognize that you have had your ups and downs, but that you're going to take charge of things and make sure that you only have ups from now on. It's really taking charge of your own destiny, right? So here we've got a tree with some apples. So we've got abundance and things that are naturally given to you. The environment supports you. Okay, great. So you're in a good space environment-wise. So that also says that if there is work that needs to be done, you can do it. The guy in itself, what do men mean in the tarot? It's the energy of building, creation, using willpower to create something from nothing, to overcome obstacles. Green is about being true to yourself. So he is someone who can create. I mean, he doesn't look very busy right now. He's just posing for a selfie, but he... And then the green wings, he's free to do whatever he wants. He's free to show up where he wants, to come and go as he pleases. So that's the reminder that the power resides with you. He's also strong, so he is able to kind of lift the rocks and build something of his own. So that's you, basically. Remember your strength, that it's your life. If you're true and authentic to yourself, you can go wherever you want. Combined with the willingness to learn, you're really winning all the way, and you can create more abundance and prosperity for yourself. You don't need to squeeze yourself into a role or a position that you don't want to be in or that doesn't make sense. You get to be yourself today. And that's really the choice that the Wheel of Fortune is always about. Am I making choices which empower me and which make my life more interesting and exciting? Or am I just kind of watering things down here and going through the motions? And that's why the Wheel of Fortune keeps popping up, because you'll keep getting reminders. Like in astrology, it's Saturn return. You keep getting reminders to say, are you on track? Are you living the way you could live and want to live? Finally, a very problematic Queen of Spears here, the Warlord Lady, which is very odd and unusual. Okay, so usually she's like a woman in yellow on a throne, got a wand here, cute little black cat, sunflower, and she's smiling. And it's a lovely card that's about taking things and making them work in your favor and being creative and asserting yourself in the sense of, what do I get out of this and how can I make this work for me? How can I enjoy the situation? The Queen has mastered the element of fire, which is spears, so she really doesn't get angry. The Knight of Wands gets angry. He's often very creative and very productive, but then he gets angry if things don't go his way and he throws his toys out of the pram and things go awry. So the Queen of Spears, what is she doing? She's standing on the high road, literally, but she's not taking the high road metaphorically because she's throwing a spear, no? And she's not telling them to stop. If she's the queen, she's in charge of the army. She's got a severed head next to her. It's pretty brutal. So the Queen of Spears here is saying that even things which, yeah, I guess, don't be so quick to judge other people, I would say. Because the Queen of Spears, what I've learned via this card is I've judged her as this really benign, lovely character. Oh yeah, but mastering the element of fire doesn't mean you never get angry. It means that you're able to direct your fury and your anger and your rage as it's required when needed appropriately and in the right direction to affect change. I mean, here it's depicted in a very kind of extreme way. But I suppose, yeah, I guess. So you can be creative, but also you can assert yourself. You can say, absolutely not, I'm not accepting that. No deal, thank you very much. I choose me. I'm willing to learn, but I'm not willing to be conned. So thanks, bye-bye, click. Right, interesting, okay. I think this is therefore a day to meet your obligations, to choose again for yourself and your own interest, and to use your energy in a very appropriate and very focused way. Number-wise, we've got 2 court cards that count as 1, so 1 and 1 is 2, and 10 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 in numerology is communication and new beginnings. So this forceful, formidable inner voice appears within you, and it urges you to make choices about your life and your future which really serve your own interests and which secure your freedom moving forward. And anything that is oppressive or that makes you a cog in a wheel or makes you feel like a puppet or disempowered or disenfranchised, that's going to flare up for you. You'll see it, and I think that's what becomes the object of attack, and that's what you go after. Things that rob you of your own freedom, and you're no longer tolerant of those kind of little blinders that you've got on in different areas of your life, and you have the opportunity to blow some of them up for good and to get rid of them. So I hope you have a wonderful day. It's certainly a very empowered day. Yeah, if you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. In my personal readings, I look at things like life purpose and direction and the things that are supported and that come easily to you, the things you may have to work out a little bit more. It's kind of destined in relationships and moving and travel and education and spirituality. Also, if you have any questions about what's coming up in future, then I can look at that via your progress chart, your transits. So if you have any questions that you'd like some guidance with, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share this video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.